Welcome to Hollywood Watch, where interviews don't always go the way the questions were planned. Because in today's celebrity media world, some questions aren't really questions. They're carefully wrapped opinions with a microphone attached. Some interviewers come looking for insight. Others come looking for a moment, a headline, or a clip that can run for 3 news cycles in a podcast apology tour. And every once in a while, they aim that question at the wrong person. Take Jerry Seinfeld. The man made a fortune joking about socks and cereal, and suddenly he's being audited like comedy requires a diversity spreadsheet and a graphing calculator. He starts with humor. He really does.
I've noticed that most of the guests are mostly white males.
Oh, this really pisses me off, but go ahead. Really pisses me off.
At that point, he's not answering a question. He's wondering why comedy suddenly needs census data.
Take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. What's going on here? People think it's the census or something? I mean, this has got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? And I have no interest in gender or race or anything like that, but everyone else is kind of, with their little calculating, is this the exact right mix? You know, I think that's, to me, it's anti-comedy.
Then there's Samuel L. Jackson. Never ask Samuel L. Jackson to tiptoe around a word unless you're prepared for him to grab the steering wheel and floor it. The reporter thought he was being careful. Samuel thought, oh, so we're doing honesty today.
There's been a lot of controversy surrounding the usage of the N-word in this movie, and
no, nobody, none. The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not going to have this conversation unless you say it.
That wasn't an interview, that was a verbal stress test, and the reporter failed it in real time.
You want to move on to another question?
Okay. Awesome. I don't want to say it.
Come on.
Will you say it?
No. That's not the same thing.
Why do you want me to
They're
say it?
going to bleep it when you say it on your show. Say it.
I can't say it. If I say it, this question it won't make air.
Okay, forget it.
And Denzel Washington takes the opposite approach. Calm, measured, surgical. No shouting, no theatrics, just the uncomfortable reminder that you can't legislate human connection.
Have race relations improved?
You know, race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage. There's no law that says, oh, because I'm president, you all got to get along now. So it's up to us.
When Denzel answers a question, it feels less like a debate, and more like life advice you weren't emotionally ready to hear.
So why did he need a black director? Could a white director not have?
It's not color, it's culture.
Explain the difference, because I think we're
Steven
in a space
Spielberg
right
did Schindler's List.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas, right? Steven Spielberg could direct Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List, but they're cultural differences.
Morgan Freeman lowers his voice, which somehow makes it more lethal. One simple question about history, and suddenly the interviewer realizes they brought talking points to a thinking match.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No,
You don't?
no, I don't. Hey, you and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that.
Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Bill Burr, meanwhile, doesn't dismantle loaded questions. He bulldozes them. No soothing language, no public relations filter, just grow up, make your own thing. Nobody's stopping you.
Yes.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There are a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be funny.
Will you guys just grow up and just sit down and write your own and come up with it? Start your own show. Have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do for you. That's the problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never let me in. I'd start my own. You guys got to start your own. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own and quit your whining. We're all eating a giant sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care. It makes no difference whether you got a or a. All right? Just do what you want to do, and hopefully people respond to it. But this the quotas and all of this become undeniable.
Matthew McConaughey sees a trap coming from 10 miles away and politely refuses to step in it. The question wants a viral clip. Matthew wants to keep his sanity and his calendar clear.
In 2021, you considered to run for governor of the state of Texas. Do you think political office is in your future? Can you see that?
If it's where I would deem myself to be most useful,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you think you would get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is playing a game that I'm not interested in playing. To give you a direct statement right there.
But Lil Wayne doesn't dodge, clarify, or reframe. He answers honestly, and when people try to tell him what he meant, he shuts the whole thing down.
Where are we in the United States of America in race relations and what you see from day to day in your life?
God knows I have been nothing but blessed. My whole path, these 33 years have been nothing but a blessing. I have never, never is a strong word, never dealt with racism, and I'm glad I didn't have to. I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism. That's what I thought that was.
There was a lot of backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same?
Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matters.
He ended our interview angrily.
Politician.
Lil Wayne is in the business of making music, not apologies.
And Sean Strickland treats press conferences like verbal cage matches. No diplomacy, no soft landing, just straight to the point.
And people like you have weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of. And the best thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying your you're peddling. The world is not saying, you know what, you're right. Chicks have. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught about, who they could school. I don't want my kids being taught about, their sexual preference. Like, dude, this guy's enemy. You want to look at the enemy to our world? It's that right there, asking these stupid questions.
Dana White follows up with a corporate version of the same message. No scripts, no leashes. Say what you want and live with it.
You obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone.
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
I'm like...
Free speech. Gonna control what people say. Gonna tell people what to believe. Gonna tell people... I don't tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever.
Ronda Rousey answers a pay question with basic math, which, somehow, is still considered controversial.
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Kurt Russell politely explains that actors selling movies don't want surprise political ambushes disguised as curiosity.
Recently, you made some headlines for saying that you felt gun control laws wouldn't deter terrorists. Explain to folks.
Well, you know, these are these things where, first of all, I was in a situation, we do what we call the dog and pony.
Right.
We're out doing the dog and pony selling a picture. And you get kind of, sometimes you get what you feel is slightly ambushed by somebody who's really got an agenda. And that's sort of, I think, that's my opinion of what happened to me the other day. The last thing I like to watch is entertainers or actors get political. It's just something I can't stand watching. So having said that, no, I was kind of asked to put it in context somehow with this movie. You know, my personal feeling is that there's a big difference between Fantasyland and reality. Fantasyland is what we do. You're either writing something, writing a song, writing a book, doing a movie, doing a television show. That's Fantasyland. And that's where that stuff belongs. In reality, when we're dealing with things like terrorism and whatnot, we're all going to have different opinions on how to do it and how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Mine happens to be that I think there's a very strong reason Founding Fathers had for the Second Amendment.
Tim Allen reminds everyone that comedy used to push boundaries on purpose, and now comedians have to explain jokes like they're submitting a thesis defense.
What I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate in big arenas, that this is a thought police thing and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Yeah. Wow.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people, but just don't say it. I do use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words I really got from my parents.
Yeah.
You know, they said this stuff and we talked about it. I can't even say it here. I can't even point to it.
Yeah.
It is an alarming thing for comedians.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, even if you go watch the movie Blazing Saddles.
Oh my God, forget
You
it.
can't even watch that without looking around in your own room. You're gonna get arrested.
And Kanye? Kanye doesn't answer questions. He delivers declarations. He's not afraid of losing an audience, he's afraid of God. Apparently, and everyone else is just background noise.
Are you afraid of losing your audience? Yay.
I told you I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of my daddy, God. I done been 15 years. I'm telling you, God is showing that you can have your own thoughts, bro. I've been canceled before there was cancel culture. Who told you that my career would be over? The same people that are telling you that you can't have a right to say who you will vote for might think they so woke, but they following the rules of what woke's supposed to be.